Hey everyone, Skylinks here, bringing you another video review, doing a big review today. We are actually going to be doing, I had to actually redo this review because the cops just showed up with the fire truck, so we are going to be doing 52 Weekly. At least I add the weekly in there because it's necessary. And let me just show you the art. I find that when I show you guys the art, you may not necessarily see it, but that's book 1, book 2, my hands are probably covering, book 3, which has my favorite art, and book 4. Now, 52 Weekly takes place after the Infinite Crisis. Got a cut on this one. But it takes place after the Infinite Crisis, which left the world without Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, the biggest icons in the DC Universe. No, they did not die one bit. Batman went off with Nightwing and Robin to rediscover the Batman. There's an ambulance outside now. Okay, whatever. Wonder Woman went off to rediscover Diana, not Wonder Woman, and she became an agent. And Superman temporarily lost his powers for a year, thus forcing him to be Clark Kent. Now, they do show up maybe like once in a while. You see Clark probably the most. You see Bruce very rarely. You see Diana even rarer. But they do show up slightly. But basically, this comic showcases less major characters in the DC Universe. In other words, you're not going to see the Trinity. You're not going to see Green Lantern that much, or Martian Manhunter, or Flash. You're going to see the minor characters. Now, there's several different stories in this. And the ambitious thing about 52 is that it takes place over a whole year. When this was sold, it took place a whole year, an issue for each week. That's 52 issues, 52 weeks. So this is a year-long issue stuff. Yeah, I hope that came out right. So there are 52 issues in the comics. Now, again, it has different stories in it, and I might miss some stories, but let's go over them. Let's start off with my favorite, which was Renee Montoya, The Question story. So it was Renee and The Question, and Batwoman came involved too. That's her right there. Hopefully you can see that. Her costume's based off Terry McGinnis from Batman Beyond's costume. But this was a really nice story because it was really self-searching for Renee and her development and who she's becoming, because she's really basically in a slump. Question is just awesome. And I love the new Batwoman. I think she's pretty interesting. I like her. So this was a really good story, and it just kept on going. Some of the stories kind of faded off. This one kept on going and it kept strong. The next one was Black Adam's story. Black Adam's story is basically him making his Marvel family bigger with an Isis, I think her name was, and her brother, and he basically is trying to create his own Marvel family. And he's happy for the first time in his life. This story is really nice. It gets sad at one point, but then it ends off on a good note. Well, a good note for the reader. Maybe not for Black Adam. The next story is the Lex Luthor / Steel / Everyman story. I'll call it that. Basically, Lex Luthor is created a way of making every person in the world superheroes if they wanted to. And he created his own little superhero group. This was a good story, though I felt it was a little slow. Steel was the main good guy in the story, and his niece went over to work with Lex Luthor, but in the end, it wrapped up very nicely. Another story is Adam Strange, Starfire, and Animal Man story. I like this story a lot. The problem with it is not much happened. The best part is when Lobo came in, and I love Lobo. Lobo's a fucking man. Apparently he's an archbishop of the Triple Fish Church. Confusing, I know. But this story was good, but not much happened. They just basically traveled through space. It really doesn't pick up till the second book, too. What else? Another story, and this story really starts off, but it turns out to be really amazing, and that's the Elongated Man story. And it's really him coping with his wife dying, and his journey on trying to get her back. And he takes a lot of twists and turns. He goes into the magical realm, he tries to, revive her different ways, and it is a fantastic story. One of my favorites for those. But yeah, that's another story. Then the Supernova / Booster Gold story, which the first issue, well, for the first paperback was good. The second paperback kind of disappeared for a while, and then it picks up again on the third and the fourth paperback. I like this one too. It wasn't bad. It wasn't overly great. You're trying to find out who Supernova is. You eventually find it out. Well, it will come to you, but it's really fun to try to figure out who he is. Don't cheat. Don't look in advance. I tried not to cheat, and I didn't, but it was pretty good. Am I missing any of the stories? Some of the stories intertwine. There's one of the stories of the Intergang story. They intertwine with Renee Montoya's story and Black Adam's story. The Justice Society of America show up too. But overall, I think I hit all... Let me just check. Yeah, I think I hit all the stories. But the stories are just nice. And 52 is so ambitious. You know, a comic for each week. It was great. I loved it. If I have one complaint with it, it's just by the fourth issue, or not the fourth issue, but the fourth installment, it kind of started to slow down a bit. Or not slow down a bit. What am I saying? No, it kind of wrapped things up a little quickly. And the ending story with the Booster Gold Supernova one, that one, the way it ended just ended too much like a crisis story. Let me just give you a glimpse of the art. I tore that off because things ripped. The art is really decent. It's good. It's not phenomenal, but it's nice. It'll keep you entertained. My one complaint is, you know, certain characters will look a certain way one way, and certain characters will look a certain way another way. Again, like Renee Montoya, she has like curly hair in one scene, and then the next scene she has really straight hair. So, but overall, I highly suggest picking up 52. 52 is just great. Read the Infinite Crisis first. I will review the Infinite Crisis sometime. Kind of don't want to, but I'm going to. And then buy this, because this is pure gold. Pure gold. Absolutely great. Definitely pick it up. You'll love the stories. And even the stories that you won't like in the beginning, really pick up and you really start to like them at the end. Okay, so that's about all I have to say. Which issue do I want to piece out of? I will piece out on this one, because it's my favorite cover. Because I love Batwoman. She is pretty cool. And Spectre's in it, and anyways. With that said, 552, it is great. I can't recommend this enough. This is Skyline saying peace out for now. Hey, sorry, not done yet. Forgot to give the price range for 52. 52 is pretty much $20 for each paperback, and it's 4 paperbacks, so you're going to be paying around $80 for the whole entire thing. It is expensive, I know, that's quite a bit. However, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely a great comic. You will not be disappointed one bit. So, what I suggest to you is buy a paperback once every, say, 2 weeks. Or, yeah, 2 weeks. So, you buy a paperback, you read it for like a week or so. Let's just say that. You want to do that, or read it for whatever amount of time. It gives you enough downtime to recover. Then you have enough money, probably from a paycheck, and you buy another one. But I suggest taking it in stride. They'll be easier in your wallet, and then, you know, it will make reading it a little bit easier, too. However, if you want to be a total ass and just want to do it the really ridiculous way and buy all of them, by all means do it, because that's what I did. I tried to do the other way. I did it for the first 2 issues, and then I just bought the last 2 right away. So, anyways, just be warned, they are pretty expensive, okay? So, anyways, this is peace out for real.